what about the trust in the goalie? Like we were talking about before you came on, and Allmark didn't have his goods. Stolarz had his goods. Stuart Skinner didn't have his goods last night. Like it affects, right? When you don't trust what's going on back there, does your game adjust a little bit? The mindset of the guys.
Yeah, it deflates you, man. Like you see your goalie give up a bad one. Like if I'm Edmonton, I'm seriously considering starting the other guy next game. I really am.
I love that you just said that.
I
love that you just said it. Finally, some common sense. Finally, some common sense.
But we did have. What did we say? We had a what was it?
We had a confirm or deny. We had a Nico Ferguson Jr. comment. But, I mean, you can speak to it, man. You watch McDavid, your best player, play the way he did. You just said that might have been the best period he's ever played in his life.
And it got pissed away.
And it got absolutely pissed away with a brutal goal.
I wanted to ask Noodles, like, on the last goal, I get that it's a weird play and it flubs and all that, but, like, it looked like he flinched to me.
He moved this way, so it's coming directly... And again, Warren Fogle, who's 6'3" and a big guy,
plays
jumps up.
And Bouchard could have pushed him out of the way, but he decided to go into the corner.
First of all, Bouchard waving it at the blue line, which is a bit weird play. But if you look at Skinner, he's sliding. Watch him here. Watch, he slides a little bit. He's sliding over.
Such a back-breaking goal.
It's just an awful back-breaking goal. He doesn't see it. Like, there's no... He doesn't track it. Look at him. He's looking down.
Yeah, he's got no idea where the puck is.
I can't believe I'm the one that's been defending goaltenders. Isn't a flub shot hard to track? Because you're looking to react a missile that comes.
No,
dude, I'm being dead serious.
I hear you, but
it's almost like a.
You got to find the puck.
It's a changeup, is what it is.
Like you know how many times I play with Gio and guys would chirp, especially in practice, they're like, "Hey, it's a little black thing in there. Pull it out of the net." Like that. You've said that to goalies in practice, a guarantee. You're sitting there on the bench and watching this. I thought Skinner got hung out a few times because the Oilers weren't very good the first 40 minutes. 5-on-3, there was a questionable call, bad play by Wallman, all of that type of stuff. There was a cast of characters on that team last night that didn't have their goods outside of McDavid and Draisaitl for about 22 minutes. But that goal is backbreaking. And he's 6'4", and the strength of Stuart Skinner is using his size, a lot like Anthony Stolarz. Stolarz is 6'6".
Yeah.
It's Freddie Goat
He's a
every
monster,
day.
man.
You
He is a
can't
monster.
take away 6'6". He's 6'6" in the net. Skinner's 6'4". He made himself small on that, but he didn't find the puck. He was kind of like looking for it, and it was over, and it was gone already, and it's backbreaking.
It's the timing of it.
The timing of
yes.
it. It's just, you need a save regardless of whatever it was.
Especially the context. Your team
awesome.
battles back. I mean, we started talking about superstition.
Yeah.
Like, what is the mood like in that room? Like, where the last time they played a playoff game, it was the most heartbreaking moment of their lives.
Yeah.
Dude,
right?
what happens is somebody stands up and says, guys, we lost game one. There is a bunch of guys in this room, and Jamie, you know this better than anyone. There's an unwritten rule you don't single out the goaltender, but McDavid or Draisaitl will stand up and say, there's a bunch of guys in this room that need to get their heads out of their asses if we're going to win this series. And one of the guys is the goalie. And if he's not smart enough to figure that out, then shame on him.
Well, do you read anything into Chris Knobloch, the head coach, saying that they're not giving an answer on the Game 2 starter?
That means he's thinking about it.
I do.
I think you think about it, but I think you have to think about it because this isn't, Stuart Skinner hasn't been the clear-cut one this year. Pickard's played a bunch of games. Like pull up his record for me because I got my computer.
Yeah, the last
I think he has 21 wins for them this year. Like he played a ton down the stretch, and he actually played pretty darn good for them. And he's not. Ray Ferraro always has this saying, he's an unmade bed in the net. Like he's all over the place. He doesn't have a clean butterfly, but he battles in there, and the team might just play harder for him. In a different context.
But did you hear the difference in, like, Knobloch says, I don't know who I'm starting, but did you hear the difference in him and Greener's tone? Greener was like, we have a Vezina trophy, he's pretty good goal.
Exactly.
I mean? So it's like you could diffuse it immediately.
Yeah.
If you're Knobloch, you could just look at the guy and say, why are you asking?
Skinner's playing.
Of course,
exactly.
Skinner's the guy. The fact that you kind of say we haven't made a decision, if I'm Skinner, I realize what that means.
And then
if you play, you got one more
chance. The rodeo is
chance.
going to continue because a couple of years ago there was the Vegas series. There was another series where I think he got pulled 3 or 4 times in the whole playoffs.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and it's like
they lost to Vegas.
Are we really going to try? Like, are we going to try to win a cup with that rodeo? Because you can't do it. I said it a couple of years ago. It's just
In the end, I still think he starts tomorrow. But I said this before: short leash. Because the other guy, they trust. The other guy has won them games this year. The other guy is
then I think, Jamie, you just said it. You start the other guy then. Short leash. Because if you start a guy and say, hey, he's going to be on a short leash, he's probably not the guy you want to put in net to begin with. And then if you lose the hockey game and you're down 2 Cobb after 1 and you ultimately lose the game, you're saying, why the hell did we start him? Are we dumb?
That's why these coaches get paid a lot of money, man. They got to make the right call,
The only thing I would say is that you challenge everybody because, again, everybody in that room stunk for about 40 minutes, close to it, 39. You say everybody's got to be better, including the guy in the net.
See, if I was saying it, I would say everyone's got to get their head out of their ass, and then I would do a little horse side of the goalie. You do a little horse side of the goalie and just let them know that you're looking at
Let them know what's up.